You have come at last. After so... You are so... Then steps. Now... The rot. We feel it festering and spreading. What is it but an extension of our pain? Your dream scourge will end when our suffering does. We were innocent once. But you are here now. There is... The Strangler is close now. She begs for our blood. Her wolves defile the city on the shore. We blink, days pass. The people's cries ring in our ears. A spark. Wait. The essence bends here. Time flows into... You can reach her. Breathe. We could... We trust you. We would like... Do you think we have learned nothing from you? Or do you have no more mercy for us than you did for the bear? Yes, the time has come for you to act. End our pain and the dream. Center your thoughts. Clear? We...
Chandra's depths.
It's paradise. But what happened here?
Both. Are we back in Dawnshore? Already?
This is Sapadal's doing. I'm certain of it. No power in Eora could transport us so quickly, or so far. What happened?
Looks like... Based on their...
For once, I wish I wasn't.
It's like... Look,
Even Rick?
I think I see...
the Blessed Day Wardens are here too. That conflict we've been trying so hard to prevent started without us. If he didn't start this... Steel... Before we... I'm not sure. That's good, right? It's a relief that the Dream Scourge won't be a problem. I only hope we can say the same about Sapadal. Time will...
After...
We've cured the land, and we've even freed a caged god. All in all, rather a successful day.
You've saved the soul of the living lands. Now the survivors fight over its bones. We should take a look.
People...
Sansa, how did you make it out of here? Guy! Envoy! Ah, the Grot. Look, they marched in with no warning. I couldn't think. I just ran.
Snow?
Easy.
Why is there snow here? It's gotta be Ringgrim's work. I heard she made it snow in Shatterscarp. Wow. But why snow?
The envoy. Is that you? Everything your people have done, you have the gall.
Envoy? Is it really you? Mihala told us you went into some place called the Garden to seek a god?
When you didn't return, we took you for dead.
Did you meet your god there? The one whose marks you bear?
The origin of the Dream Scourge? It was the act of a god this whole time?
Everyone, please, please. We could get to the bottom of this if you would only let them speak.
It's been weeks, Envoy. What happened? Finally, a ray of sunlight shines through the storm cloud.
I will not grovel at the envoy's feet for solving a plague I am not convinced was real.
If you wardens ever bothered to pull your heads out of your asses, you wouldn't take such pride in your ignorance.
You know nothing of me or my people, you fucking pirate!
Warden Commander, look around you. Is this really the time?
Sapadal was responsible for the Dream Scourge. Their rage, their confusion, their fear.
But the plague isn't over. Dream Thralls still litter Shatterscarp.
There won't be any new infections. We've put a stop to that for good. Unfortunately, there's little we can do for those already in the grip of the Dream Scourge. We can give them comfort, Nothing more. This will be a process. The Dream Scourge was never going to simply go away overnight.
I suppose it stands to reason. I found that a quick fix is often anything but. What of this god, then? What does it mean that you freed them?
Wodka no doubt saw Sapadal as a threat to her authority. So, she killed the godless and imprisoned their god.
I assume it is this god we have to thank for the roots tearing apart Paradis? They erupted from the earth the moment those bastards stood up their first siege tower.
We were no stranger to them in Fior Mesiverno. They harrowed our fields, tore our homes in half.
And the gods thought it best to imprison this god? How could you let such a creature go free?
For now. Who's to say they don't get their feathers in a ruff again and wipe us all out with a tsunami?
Sapadal's power ravaged my people. I don't know that I can ever trust it.
Keeping watch over Sapadal was a sacred task Nandru.
Well, whatever happened.
But come, Inquisitor. Well, you might not believe me, but I didn't want any of this to happen. It was Ludwine who called for the attack.
I didn't hear an answer, Ambassador.
She and her steel garrote laid siege to the city shortly after you beat her to the garden.
You did. I kicked her corpse when you weren't looking. Just to be sure.
Well, she's seen better days.
Ludwine's plowed through the militia like a knife through warm butter.
All right, let's keep the similes to ourselves.
So long as her passion for Wodka lives, so too.
Then we destroy her fate? I have a theory about this. Let's talk at camp if you want to hear it.
Oh, good.
It is not, I think.
I couldn't agree.
Oh, Envoy, no. Do not suggest that lightly. Think of the ones. Not unless it would think.
We deserve our autonomy, even if we must fight for it. Anything less would be surrender.
Fleeing someone else's laws, and we're an island. We'll be vulnerable. Without allies, other powers will see us as ripe for the picking. Know that this is a hard road to walk.
We were fine before Adir came. We'll be fine when they're gone.
I think we ran things perfectly fine before your kin got here.
Though I'm hardly eager to work with any of you. I like the idea of twisting beneath Adir's boot heel even less. So long as the Wardens can continue our vigil. I'm open to uniting, if you are.
It's a nice idea, but consider the costs. If we walk away from a relationship with Adir, we're leaving a lot of trade on the table. But the people of Thirdborn have friends in the world. I'm sure we'd find our way through.
My people rely on the sufferance of those in Paradise for safety. We have no homes of our own anymore. And Paradise will bear the brunt of the Emperor's reprisals, whatever those may be. But if this is what this conclave wants, then Fior will stand beside you.
Risk into bounty. Does the winter frost dissuade the seeds? Many fruits on our boughs. We graft many leaves into strength.
Of course. Well, don't leave me in suspense. Oh, gods have mercy.
By grit and steel, Thirdborn stands with the living lands.
If this is what you all agree is best, the people of Fior stand with the living lands.
We deserve this opportunity. Thank you for believing in us.
Fighting a battle together is easy. I just hope everyone's willing to stick it out when it comes to the politics.
Guts, they made the right decision for once.
Finally, some sense permeates the proceedings.
On your head be the consequences. That leaves the matter of Ludwine and the Steel Garrote. She will never surrender, Envoy. You must kill her, or we will lose Paradise, and eventually the island.
The living lands will never be free until we break the chain around our necks. Ludwine must die her final death.
She better say her goodbyes while she can.
I'm proud to fight at your side, Envoy. One last time.
Let's get to work then. We've got a walking corpse to bury.
The Paradise militia will be at your back. Give her no quarter. The future waits for you.
You're more than worth it. Now go.
Show them that the living lands will not be broken across.
Gather your forces and secure the eastern. Gods be with you, Envoy.
Let's take back the city together.
Let's go free.
drive out the eastern gate. I'll protect your back.
That was a close one.
You should be here.
That it?
Envoy, what are you doing? I thought you left town weeks ago. About time. You're the only one Ludwig will listen to. You saw what Paradis listened to. Suit yourself. I wish someone had stood up to the Steel Garrote a long time ago. Well, you're here now. That's what matters. I didn't think the world had any heroes left.
Show yourself. Stop right there. Let's get
You
them.
asked for it. Check your out.
Watch your flank. Faster, I say! And stay down.
Boudica demands your submission. Stand against her and fall!
Let's pay Ludwig one final visit, shall we? Let's make sure she stays dead this time. All right, dearie?
There you are! So, you survived the go? Did you come all this way just to try your luck again? To kill me more? You'll get your chance. Look around, Envoy. He failed.
Her own.
Don't insult my treaty as for Sapadal. I don't. Do. And this, you. There's no.
You.
What? You're God.
We are every seed in the soil. We will all.
Whoa! Queen among queens! Send me your aid!
Boudica is done with you, Ludwig.
Again! Boudica! Help me! One last time! Worth it wrong! Throw up! Worth it wrong! Boudica! Where are you? No! Don't abandon me now!
Boudica's done with her! Kill her now!
Wherever Ludwig is now, she must be seething.
Of course, we'd be happy to kill her again, if needed.
She's done for, but we're not. Whatever's next, we'll face it. Together.
Guys, you're all gonna make me sick. But carry on.
Unraveled at last. We no longer feel her wire against our flesh. We are free always. We are free forever.
Silence falls over Paradis, as though the city is holding its breath. Then you hear it, the ringing of a distant bell, the waving of banners, and cheers of victory. After a short and bloody conflict, the dust has finally begun to settle. You feel Sapadal close to your thoughts, stirring with interest. The god of the living lands is observing this moment, unfettered by confusion or fear. For the first time in centuries, they understand. The Paradis militia rallies to you, the outsider who defended them in their hour of need. Whatever happens next, you have won their confidence. You take a moment to reflect on the calm. Not so long ago, you arrived at these shores on a simple errand, which turned out to be anything but simple. The Dream Scourge is over, and the island has been cleansed of plague. A time of healing and mourning follows. People look to you for answers about the source of the affliction. You tell them the truth, how the plague came from a power beyond mortal understanding, and how it is finally at peace. Thanks to you, the Living Lands has escaped Adiran oppression. The free settlements unite under a common banner and begin the fraught process of negotiating new traditions and values. The Empire withdraws. The frontier remains wild, but not for long. Fugitives no more. The rebels of Paradis return to their home and to other free settlements, bringing their skills and secrets wherever needed. For once, they have a future. The refugees of Emerald Stair find a cold welcome in the city of Paradis. Animancy is frowned upon, but their knowledge of agriculture is highly valued. The first bountiful harvest improves relations. The ashes of Fior Messiverno continue to smolder. Scavengers avoid the ruins, fearful of spirits unleashed by animancy gone awry. The once promising city is nothing but a cautionary tale. For the people of Shatterscarp, independence is bittersweet. Those who cannot withstand the grief inflicted by Ringgrim's spell leave the settlements, vanishing into the wilderness. Those who remain find themselves forced to cooperate with others, often begrudgingly. With so many dead, the need to stave off hunger outweighs any distaste for certain trading partners. The loss of both the keep and her oldest friend drive Mihala into a grief so absolute that she cannot face the world or her own people. But the Pargrunen rally around their leader by focusing upon a single endeavor, building a new settlement from the ruins of the old one. Inspired by her people, Mihala returns to herself and to her seat at the council. The doors of this new settlement slowly inch open, a tentative welcome to the once forsaken world. When Kai leaves the Living Lands, he is no longer running. For the first time in many years, he can face the future. He returns to Rauatai, committed to peace for his people, those he left in Rauatai, as well as those he found in the Living Lands. He joins the Ronganui's council, counterbalancing powerful voices of isolationism and hawkishness. It is a long and difficult battle, and he is happy to fight it. With his travels alongside the envoy complete, Marius is left directionless once again. Rather than disappearing into his cups, however, Marius leans on his time among his companions to give him the strength to re-enter society and find comfort in civilization. He establishes a route between Paradis and Thirdborn, guiding travelers between the two in return for money and supplies. And while he has a reputation for being aloof, he joins the campfires from time to time, sharing stories of his time with the envoy that most travelers believe are completely made up. Giada continues to improve as an animancer. She dedicates her work to the spiritual health of the living lands, nurturing instead of exploiting. Others follow her example, seeking her tutelage from lands far and wide. In the years to come, rumors spread of a secret society gathering in the wilderness, where animancers work in harmony with nature. The dream of Fior Mes Iverno lives on in her. No longer under the threat of imminent death, Yatsley returns to the Animancers. Reunited with her beloved Quilici, she helps him and the Animancers as they put their lives together after the attack on Fior Mes Iverno. Eventually, she even has something nice to say to Vidaro. As the days pass in contentment and relative peace, Yatsley is struck by the persistent feeling that something is missing. Though she still devotes herself to her studies of both the arcane and the godless, the restlessness never goes away. Freed from torment for the first time in centuries, Sopadal turns their prodigious curiosity to the people that shaped them. They observe the ways their people live, and they think deeply about what they see. Though they flinch away from moments of violence, and they grieve souls returned to them too soon, the rage that once shook cities to rubble no longer rules them. Instead, they come to you with questions. They want to understand. After a time, they begin tentatively to garden. Where they can, they improve the lives of Kith, and the suffering that troubled them is reduced, if never fully eradicated. Their grief compels them to love, and they love unreservedly, with the power of a god. Sopadal has questions about what happens tomorrow, and the day after. You do your best to keep them calm, until the voice in your head is little more than a polite whisper. After everything you've been through, you don't mind the company. The sounds of celebration pull you out of reverie. Many are waiting to greet you with open arms. You take a moment to catch your breath and savor it, because everything is about to change.